Greetings, I hope everybody's vibrating high. This video is going to be very different, and I just want to warn some people that if you're a person that's very impatient, because I know that I get those comments sometimes saying that, "Rah, why don't you stick to the topic?" It's not going to be one of those videos today, unfortunately. There's a different energy at play, and it's affecting anything and everybody in it, as well as those that would like to call themselves that they're chosen, right? So in this video, I'm going to share a lot. Just some few things. I actually wrote it down because I got this information from meditation. That's where I really get my information from. For those who usually ask, where do you get your information from? I'm not the person who reads. I don't read at all. Every time when I read something, it's more like it's trying to make me dumb. And I'm not that person who reads at all. Yes, I do come across videos and everybody who shares information, but anything they talk about is something that's already internally inside of me, which is also connected to you as well, because we are multi-dimensional beings. We have the source of information, and you're reaching out to the Akashic records in a unique way, unique style. You'd like to present that information. So we all are connected to even what I'm about to say right now. Some of you guys, you're going to say that I saw this, I connected with it, I had a dream about it, I was doing astral traveling and I came across, it happened. Before I go into this video, I want to say, listen, if you've noticed, my energy is different, my energy has changed. It's really different. Like something that you guys need to understand, especially for people that are saying that they are chosen and they have something to do in this world. You might actually realize that you have more than 5 purposes you have to fulfill in this world, right? It could happen that you die early before you fulfill the rest of the purposes. You only fulfill 2 of them. It happens. Then you're going to have to come back again, right? So purposes do change together with the characteristic, the energy, how you have to present information, especially if you're a person at my caliber, right, who's usually sharing information like this. It changes. And what usually happens is if you're not properly aligned with that, it's going to be like problematic when it comes to your mind. It's going to be like a mental imbalance, because you'll try to go back to the old routine on how you do things, only to find out that no, it's no longer serving the purpose. Everybody that has listened to you with everything that you might have said, the way you were presenting information, wherever in the world, it might be through media, personally, it's going to change for you to be giving information in a different way. And it goes with a feeling, it goes with an energy. So I'm just trying to guide anybody that's out there who might be going through this, that you need to allow this change to happen, because the purpose that you were doing then, you have completed with it. You're not going to receive a message saying to you that you're done with what you were supposed to do. It's something that you're going to feel inside, and you will know what's the next step. What's the next step for you to take, right? This shouldn't be like, this shouldn't confuse you at all. You get what I'm saying? This shouldn't confuse you at all. And it's not only for the people that are chosen, I wouldn't like to use the word chosen, but that's the language people do understand, because for all I know is everybody is chosen, you're living a different characteristic or a purpose. But it's not only for the people that are giving information out there, but anybody, your life, you're having to live in this world with the way you're living, you are appreciating and happy, your purpose will keep on changing. That's why most of the time you get, at this specific time frame, you get people that are loving you, appreciating you, and then it changes. You get people that are not doing that. And then you realize that you're stuck upon those people, you don't know what to do with them. It's like they're consuming your energy. You have to reflect on it and try to escape it and move on to the next phase. It's all the purposes, man. You might have 10 purposes for you to fulfill in this world. So this is something related to what I'm going to share. So I was in a meditation. These days, one of the reasons why my energy is different is because I'm spending more time in the 4th dimension and in the 5th dimension in my mental state when I have to go through meditation. And I've always been interacting with yogi masters, to put it, that the ones that lived here on this planet, they know me, right? Because I have already created my body, my body is not this one. This is just a vessel. I've always been honest with you guys. But I have my real body out there that I usually interact with when I have to be into these planes, right? And anybody can do it. You know, you can do it as well. It only takes meditation, man. Like meditation is my nature. I probably shouldn't be saying this. Meditation is my nature, man. I come from an Octarian planet. That's my true identity. One of the reasons why I'm always wearing blue. My background is blue. Octarians can become red, orange, but the most famous of them is more like blue. And when I go to the higher dimensions, the beings that I usually contact with are Pleidians, which I'm going to share with one being that had to give me some of this information to come down here, and it's just going to be like a warning. And I'm not saying take my word for it, right? Because I know that it can be very difficult for people to understand this information. And the last thing I want to do is force it upon people. You know, I don't want to force anything to you. But you will receive a message and you'll know what to do with it, and try to expand it and let it be to interact with other people. So meditation is my nature, man. Octarian race, we meditate a lot. That's one of the reasons why we become very advanced, you know, very, very ancient. And there's a lot of history about it. Maybe when I have time, I'll make a video, because I'm more comfortable now to talk about this, because I've always been so, you know, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want people to really know where I come from and all of that, because not only you guys are listening, but the system as well is paying attention. But they know me. It's not that they don't know me. They definitely know me. You know, I'm the blue sun. I'm the blue sun. The sun is not really yellow or any other color you see up in the sky. It's just the hue of it. It can actually change. But most suns have different colors. You've got like your blue sun, yellow sun, red sun, you know. There's a photon energy that keeps on changing. That's why most of the time when you look up into the sun, you start to look up what's happening in this world. You start to see different colors. Those are the hues of the colors the sun is able to experience in this dimension, right? Experience in this plane. It's more like an adaptation, which you guys must also do when it comes to your aura field, right? When it comes to your aura field, your aura has a way to expand and comprehend so many colors that are backed by your chakras, right? That's why you hear people talk about the rainbow body, right? The rainbow body is real, trust me. And I wouldn't want to say that I have activated. It's more than having to activate. I came here like this because I'm an extraterrestrial being. I've never lied about this as well. I've always told you guys. So a rainbow body is real. When you activate your rainbow body, that's when now every time when you get to be in the expression of the light, the sun ray, the hue of it gets to express itself. Especially the camera lenses is able to actually pick that up, and even people can be able to see that, but not just anybody. You have to be at a certain stage in order for you to be able to see people's auras or to see a person's activated rainbow body. It's something that's very rare, right? It's something that's very rare, but you can also do it, right? You can activate your rainbow body, you know, because it has a significant role to play when it comes to you awakening, you having to affect other people with your energy positively. And it goes back to the love feeling, right? It goes back to the love feeling. It's always connected to the heart chakra. Not entirely your heart, but it is, of course, as well, which you can be connected with it. But your heart chakra is the blueprint of all this experience you have, having to be in the higher dimensions to connect with your higher sense, you know, to always be interacting with these powerful beings, you know, because they resonate with love, man. As a matter of fact, the last time when I was with this yogi masters, they specifically told me that we should stop preaching separation, and I've been doing it as well. Although I have been careful about it, this thing of white people, black people, and all of that, they specifically told me that we should stop doing that. The nature will do that on its own. We have to make sure that we bring people together. That's what matters. Because either way, it doesn't matter if you're black, you're white, you're blue, you're purple. all energies are affecting anybody, everybody in this world, according to how the principle have been put in place to handle everything, right? So we have to like be connected and try to teach each other this information and grow from it, because it always comes back to the love. That's the reason why I'm wearing this rose quartz, one of the most powerful crystal that is able to connect you with the utmost of the love that you want to have and be around wherever you go, so that you can be able to be light all the time. It's important. And I'm telling you, man, like if it's difficult for you to do these things, if you were to reflect upon yourself first by showing your love expression within, then having to uphold it with other people, I guarantee you, man, everything that you're trying to establish in the spiritual world is going to be easy, because the love is the gateway to everything that is spiritually connecting you to higher planes for you to be able to interact with the higher dimensions. It only takes love. I'm telling you, love is so powerful, man. Love is very, very powerful, and it's not something which you can express it out and speak, but you have to feel it from within your heart chakra. It is the center of it, because it connects you with the whole entire nature in this planet, outside of this planet, in other galaxies, in the cosmos. If you are able to if you are able to focus into the chakra, the heart chakra of love, and everything that you do, it comes from within, I'm telling you, you'll see how powerful you can be. Like, you can even start to elevate. You feel like your body is actually floating, because that's how the planet, that's how the frequency and the vibration of God is. It wobbles. So when you feel that vibration, that frequency, it's because you're connected with the blissful of love. Sometimes you might not even realize it, but you're starting to feel like you're floating. It's because for some reason, your higher self has opened you up to that experience, and it needs you to listen to it and listen to why you're actually experiencing this, so that you can try to connect the dots, and remember it all and try to look within, So we have to come together in this utmost cosmic light within that we all carry, and stop separating, stop separating and saying this is like that. We should stop, but we have to resonate with the utmost love that is within and start to connect. Right. So I'm wasting time. Yeah, but I did warn you guys that with this video is just totally different. So I met a Pleidian. I'm not sure if I'm getting the right word right. Pleidians or the Pleidian. I'm not sure, but it was really weird, man. Like, it was really, really interesting. I usually avoid interacting with beings, but this time it was more like I was forced to, and that's one of the reasons why my energy is starting to be very different, because I'm spending more time in the fourth and fifth dimension, right? So the being that I met is called Rhadebelihle. See, I didn't even try to make a research about this information, but for some reason I feel that it's very important. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is children. So I wrote this down, but I'll break it down, because in a meditative state, I wrote it down, but I'll break it down for you. Children in the tube for healing. So I saw children that were in the tubes for healing. Many children, right? Many children. And this, at some point, it was affecting Rhadebelihle. The way she spoke on it, right? The way she spoke on it, it was more like affecting. And she had a message more like warning about children that are getting the traumatic experience because the parents are not preparing them enough for their energy to be very strong to serve them for protection. Now, the children we are speaking about here, most of the time are the children that are getting abducted. First of all, children that are getting abducted, mutilated, because you know that if a child is getting abducted, there's so many scenarios why a child will be abducted. Like 90% of the children that keep on disappearing, they are chosen and they have to serve the world with something very important, more like saving humanity or bringing people together, being like children that will be able to have important meetings that will entirely change the world. And when these children come down here, most of them, they're more like reincarnates. Some are incarnates. But the system knows these children and they go after them. Because when they start to drink their blood, it's different from all other children. Not to say that it's totally different, right? But the caliber and the energy essence of it is totally different. And when they have to consume the children's blood, these beings that are living like that, like creatures in this world, they're getting so much powerful juice out of it. And they're always targeted. Every child that has ever been abducted, mutilated, they are targeted. And this really troubled Rhadebelihle, because the most important thing about this is that parents are not preparing their children enough for them to be able to have this aura field and an energy to protect themselves from all of these harmful beings in this world that are more like your reptilian, whatever you want to call them, right? But I don't want to focus on that. Now, what this really means is parents are not trained enough when it comes to spiritual connection, to the point that they have to understand their children's purpose. What is it that they have to do in this world? And like how they should be able to be prepared enough that they don't fall victim into such things that happens in this world. So that they are able to be protected enough to the point that they are able to fulfill their purpose in this world, to put it. So all of the children that I saw in these tubes, right, they were getting like a healing through all those traumatic experiences that they had to endure and go through the way they have been killed. Because most of those children, they looked like children that were like mutilated the most. And I've said this before, that these children, they're afraid to come back here all the time. And I actually read it now that there's a shortage of, not shortage, how to put it well. The birth rate has become low. And I definitely know this, that many people would like to think that it's something else. Yes, I do understand that we're going through, we're having people in this world that are trying to like eliminate this growth through children, right? I do get that agenda, but it's not all of it. Children don't want to come back here into this plane because they know that when they come back into this plane, their parents, they are not prepared enough to train them. Because I know somebody's asking, but if these children are chosen, how is it that they're not protected? It doesn't work like that. Trust me. At the end of the day, it is based on the parents, how they're nurturing their children. And if your child is not entirely connected to this essence, to the spirit, or to anything that connects with the positive frequency, throughout what is it that you're giving your children, what is it that you're letting them watch, and all of that, it affects them completely. Firstly, that is the first negative effect upon your child. Just because your child was not abducted or whatnot doesn't mean that it's dismissing of what I'm saying. Because your child right now could be very chosen. They're just lucky enough to go through it all. But it will happen that they don't even find their purpose and live something else. And then it happens that they go through a random death that was not supposed to be subjected to them. So me saying that, it doesn't dismiss the fact that other children have not been, because remember, it won't be every child, right? But the message is still the same, that parents, they're too programmed that they're unable to free themselves, to the point that when they bring children in this world, they make sure that they don't pass the very same curse onto them. Because to them, it can be very harmful, to the point that now they're unable to become invincible enough so that they are not abducted and later mutilated. Because these children, they keep on coming back. But now there's a group of children that don't want to come back here into this world anymore, because they know that when they come here into this plane, they're not properly treated from their parents. And I'm not just saying that you having to nurture your child, giving them food, giving them shelter. You're bound to do that. I'm talking about the fact that there's frequencies and energies, they're not protected from them. And you know, when your child gets to be subject of any low vibration frequency, then they're incapable of using their own aura field and their energy for them to become invincible from these beings that are targeting them to make sure that they're able to consume and kill them and mutilate them and start harvesting their energy, their blood. Because I'm telling you, all of these children are being targeted. These people have a technology way of selecting these children all over the whole entire world, and to make sure that these children, the children that we need to get into this cult or whatever, we get them. When they die, we consume their energy. We keep on having power. I know this is going to be very deep to some of you guys, because you might think that, okay, I'm not doing well with my child. I'm not actually giving them what they say. Yes, you have to, like, listen, that's the main idea making this video, talking about this. You have to feel like that, right? You have to start changing. How? Because you are supposed to be the first person that knows that my child is being chosen. And I have to make sure that I align them with their purpose. Listen, you won't know what is their purpose, but if you are able to tell that my child is chosen for something very big, the only thing you can ever do is direct them there and support them fully. Because you know your child better. You're the person who knows your child way better than anybody else. And it becomes your fault if you are not assisting your child to carry out all of those traits, those characteristics in this world. And I'm not talking about you having to support your child for education, because education is the reason why we are all in this mess, right? But not to say that we have to focus on that. Yes, children go to education, but make sure that your child is aligned properly. If your practice as a spiritual being, you are, because everybody is a spiritual person, you know, everybody is chosen. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has their own way of how they have to fulfill their purpose in this world. But you should be subject to anything that is spiritual connected as a parent, so that you can be able to tell the difference when it comes to your child, what path they have to follow. And sometimes it might be that it is way similar to your path that you never wanted to follow from the first place. And now it's coming for your children. And you have to be there to help them and assist them. Right? And this is just way deeper than the fact that my child has not been abducted and all of that. She could have been, or he could have been. Be glad that it didn't happen. But it's a matter of making sure that as a parent, you help your child's vibration increase enough that your child becomes invincible. Because that's what high frequency and high vibration does. When your vibration is too high, you become invincible. I've said this so many times. And I don't think that many people were able to understand me. I said it that if you want to be invincible, increase your vibration, I'm telling you. And maintain it. Keep right at it. Make no mistake about it, but maintain it. You will become invincible. That is the most powerful shield of protection. And you can do it for your children by making sure that everything that they're consuming, their lifestyle, everything that they are watching, anything that they are doing on a daily basis, it's more like having to be increasing their vibration. And if it helps, my advice, teach your children the importance of meditation at an early age. Right? Teach your children the importance of meditation. Listen, your children are way greater, wiser than you as a parent. And most of the time when your child is getting too disrespectful, and a lot of that, it's the energy they carry, it's affecting them because it's not properly aligned. Trust me, whether you want to believe me or not, the reason your child is behaving with such manner, you know very well that you gave birth to a proper child. But for some reason now, the child is acting different. It's the energy inside. It's not been harnessed well. It is affecting your child. It is affecting your child. And most of the time from an early age, if your child gets to be on the streets like that, easily get to be abducted. It's the energy that's affecting them. Your child is behind bars today. Why? It's the energy You have not properly helping your child to nurture it, and it came to a point that it led the child to go to prison. Because there's two stages in this. The matrix wants your children, and it doesn't matter how it will get your children, through death, doing drugs, being like doing gangsterism. It doesn't matter. If you're not capable of harnessing the energy of your child to their own best advantage and benefit, then the matrix comes in, because they use the very same energy you failed as a parent to use, and they take it and use it against you as a parent in destroying your child, in making sure whatever your child was supposed to do in this world, it's not properly held like that. It's not properly followed. But your child will fulfill those desires by something that reflects on a negative frequency and a negative vibration, attitude all the time. So most of the time when your child is starting to go this way, I'm blaming you as a parent. I'm very sorry. You're the reason why. Because, children that are like, I'll use myself as an example. My parents, especially my mother, gave me enough attention. And I'm sorry to put it this way. Somebody might think that, yes, but my parents are normal. I understand you. Whoever who was a guardian was supposed to actually be in the shoes of your parents and make sure. But let's not actually get into that, because it can be very complicated. It will be a topic that never stops. But I'm just glad whosoever that's listening to me right now that's a parent will be able to apply these things in their children, right? Children that are chosen, or children that have something to offer in this world, they need so much attention. Those children are not supposed to be ignored at all, completely. You ignore that child, you're killing them. And should they find another way of doing things, then it's going to stick to them. It's going to be an attachment for the longest of time. And you won't have power to make sure that now you bring them back in this alignment. So you must give attention to your children. Let them reflect upon these energies in terms of meditation, knowing the difference of what's really going on in this world. The way they are so wise and have and carry this wisdom, they're able to reflect back on you again in teaching you everything about the whole entire universe and the galaxies and the whole entire cosmos. It happens all the time. You guys see it on YouTube, on TikTok. There's children that are coming out now, starting to express why it is the parent, how they were giving attention to the child. Because most of the time, it doesn't have to be like you having to force your children to be part of this meditation or anything, but having to understand the importance of activating the light body through the love experience. Automatically, this will help center them to be in this alignment to make sure that they're able to fulfill their purpose in this world. And as a parent, there's not much for you to do. Meditation here and there, connecting them with the right energies, but then cleansing them, that's enough. The rest will take its course. They'll be able to do it on their own because they know what they're supposed to do here. But the mere fact that parents are not paying enough attention to their children, you sell your children to the highest bidder by giving them to the system, giving them all of these gadgets. These gadgets are going to teach your children anything that's so negative. And before you know it, your child is lost forever. That's a lost soul. Now the child has to come back into this reality and relive the life, not knowing if I'm going to get right parents this time. Bro, with me, I chose my parent. I chose my mother. My mother chose my father. That's how it happened. I still remember the time when I came into my mother's womb, because I'm an extraterrestrial being. I'm not born from this planet. My soul is from a Pleidian planet. But I came here to help everybody as an assignment. Nobody put me under. I chose myself to come down here. Knowing very well that the parent I will choose will help me be properly guided. That's why I'm so good when it comes to fasting. My mother taught me that. And all of it reflected me to find out about the things I'm supposed to do as an incarnate. And I'll say this, just because you come back here as an incarnate, it doesn't mean that you'll remember everything. It doesn't happen like that. You still have to learn yourself again. Find yourself. Just that it becomes much more easy for you as an incarnate because you're able to put all the dots together very quickly. then you know what is it that you have to do. And you'll start to express it to the whole entire world. As in reincarnate becomes so difficult, chances are you might not even actually come into that reality. It becomes very difficult. That is why it is important for everybody to ascend, so that when you come down here, you will be an incarnate, not reincarnating. And you'll find your way to go back to your true planet where you belong to. And even though you come back here incarnating, you will know from which planet you come from. And what other beings you're able to interact with most of the time. So there has to be this connection for you to actually grow into this experience. So that's the first message I wanted to carry out. As parents, make sure that you're protecting your children. How are you protecting your children? Trust me, you having to keep your children indoors, that's not protection. That's just protection from the material world. The real protection is the spiritual one. You must let your children understand the importance of sun gazing, being in the sun, the expression of it, what it means. You must be able to make your children understand that God is within, and it is connected to the utmost energy and the frequency of love that wobbles like butterflies in your stomach, that wobbles like you having to float up in the air most of the time, right? Those are small messages. It'll get your children properly aligned, and they will know what is it that they have to do. And some parents do this. When you start to see your children interacting with this in knowledge for some reason, you dismiss it. You call it evil, you call it negative. You are harming them, you're affecting them. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be careful, because yes, most of the time it might happen that your children is now getting into the things that are very negative. You'll have to know how to separate your children from those things and properly align them. What is it that they have to do in order for them to be able to find themselves? And that is how you protect your children before you can ever protect them from this material world. Their spirit has to be strong. They need to know themselves. They need to know that they are energy beings, that they are more than their physical self, that they are able to move things with their mind, project their own reality, create entity beings that will serve them as protection. Listen, let me move on, because I'm going to make this video about these children, because I love children so much. My mother loves children so much, right? But anyway, let's move on to the second message. Now, during this meditation, there were creatures that came about. I tried to draw this. I wanted to be in the moment. I didn't want to perfect it, but because I was in a meditative state. When I saw these beings were actually coming for me, right? I know it looks bad, but you'll get it when I try to explain it, okay? I drew them, right? Now, these beings, according to the download that I received, are called the Satanas. And I'm not saying that they have anything that has to do with Satan or anything, but that's the word that actually came out of it, Satanas. And these beings, they feed off people that are resonating, or they are expanding their aura field, their energy, or people that are interacting with the meditations most of the time, and they come to your aura and try to inflict on it and try to harvest so much energy from it, right? Which is also related to what I'm going to talk about, the aliens and their agenda, because this being is also related to the very same thing, to the same agenda, because they had like these horns. They were like horns, but they were not like entirely horns, but they were like, you see, like lightning strikes, right? They were like more like lightning strikes lighting up, and they had a face like a goat, because I couldn't see their body. That's why I didn't actually draw their body, but I only saw their face, right? It was really hard to tell what they really look like, but these beings, that's their true character. But when they come for you, they come in different ways. They might come as a parent, your late grandmother, father, or anybody that has passed on in the family. but they come to try to harvest your energy and your soul. And they go after the people that are activating their light body, because it is the source of food for them, right? Because like there's two ways in getting energy. It's through blood, right? And just through a spiritual force, which is energy. Because remember, your blood is connected to your spiritual energy, right? In the physical world. That's when now they're able to drain people's blood and consume it, okay? In the spiritual world, they drain your energy from a spiritual force. So they go after the people that have this light brilliance that's actually growing, because they understand that the whole entire planet is going through a shift. Every time there are people that are able to resonate high and start to connect with their true purpose or their true cosmic light they have to carry. Because what happens is the more people start to connect it with this cosmic light, it's actually affecting the whole entire matrix. Right? It affects the world of those who are trying by all means to make sure that they enslave everybody in it and keep everybody trapped here. So these beings, they're not actually affiliated with the government, with the matrix. You get what I'm saying? They're not affiliated with that, trust me. However, they take this as an advantage to make sure that they're consuming those guys' energy. Maybe you might see this. And I just wanted to give you a heads up that you have to, like, when you become in a meditative state, make sure that you strengthen your aura. Like, just meditate and imagine your aura field becoming strong, and imagining that anything that actually tries to come inside, it doesn't actually have that power to even consume your energy. And the more your aura becomes so strong and powerful, that's when now you're going to be able to ward off all these energies and evil spirit. If it helps, get like your crystals, black obsidian or black tourmaline, amethyst. Get those crystals, for you to be able to protect yourself, and just meditate with it. That's what I wanted to say with this one, because I actually felt this and it was really negative. Now, the next thing I want to talk about now is aliens. Now, this is another agenda. Now, this one is real. There's aliens affiliated with the matrix, with the government. They work all together, right? They have been given power to do this. There's a form of an agreement that has been made. I wasn't there when that agreement was made, but Rhadebelihle came down and in the dimensions, she told me to warn you guys about it. So let me actually speak it out. Aliens acting as angels or guides, influencing you with the Christ agenda for their evil benefits. Now I'll break it down for you, but I'll repeat. Aliens acting as angels or guides, influencing you with the Christ agenda for their evil benefits. A lot of you guys, you have been receiving these messages that you are Christ, you are the chosen, you are powerful, you have to conquer the world. Sometimes it might happen that you guys see these beings in your room. They come in an angelic force. Now, don't get it twisted. The angelic aura field is real, but the way they project themselves, it is not real. That is an illusion. But those beings are real. They come from a different realm. Okay? Those are different souls. They're not totally different from you. Trust me, there's not a separation. But they're not born from this planet. We have souls that are born from this planet, Earth, right? We have souls that are interdimensional souls. And we have angelic souls. All of these souls have been born in different planetary systems. You get what I'm saying? They're all been born in different planetary systems and dimensions as well. Right? Dimensions as well. And some of you guys, we do have souls that are more like angelic souls in this planet, more like multidimensional souls in this planet. We do have souls in other planets that come from Earth, but they're able to go into other planets or find their original planets they were always meant to be in. So there's nothing different. There's no power, there's no energy or soul that's way above any other. That's why I always tell people that we are all equal. And if I have to express this, in this world, that's where people get to play God. But in the outside of this dome, there's no such thing as that. We are all equal. Yes, there are principles, there are responsibilities, there are those hierarchies, but it doesn't change the fact that we are all the same. There's no God sense there in the planet. Anything that's actually God related, it's limited because it's way above there. Here, we allow it because when you have money and you're wealthy, you get to play God because you know how to enslave people. You can buy everybody in this room. You can open a business and buy everybody to go work for you there. More like having to be in a smart slave century or smart slave world. Because you're working in the corporate world, you might not actually think that you're a slave. You are a slave, a smart slave. But okay, nothing wrong with it, but I just wanted to express it. So these aliens, they act as angels upon everybody, and they come with this message that you are chosen. Yes, you are chosen. You are chosen. But they're trying to take you out of your comfort zone, putting you in a negative state whereby you're going to be vulnerable and they'll come for you. Especially those that are hiding themselves. They don't want to show themselves, but they try by all means to reflect messages in the spiritual force in a way that they can share a message. They try to come for you to take you out of that zone so that you can actually be targeted. So that's just an alien agenda. You should be careful. So any being that comes in an angelic force and tells you that you are chosen, you are this, you are that, you will know, you'll feel it within that this is something that's more like an agenda. And out of it, they want to do evil things with you because it's more like when you agree to it, then you might be part of a cult you find yourself in. By just saying, yes, I will do it, then you're gone. So this is just a warning. And I just hope all the light beings or people that are sharing information daily, they are well aware of this. That because aliens, they are able to project this holographic, right, or hologram on you. They do that. And they are very good at it because they're able to mess up with your energy, right? To see what characteristics or what things you like to have. And usually they prey on what is it that you're wishing to have this year, next year. They're able to see that. And they come for you and try to reflect on your energy in a hologram, angelic being, which you've been shown to think that this is how angels look like. And they start to convey messages and act as if they are there for you. They're helping and guiding. It's not really the case. You should be careful, right? You should be very, very careful. Now, there is a city called Kinkamura. It's white city in the sky on Earth, right? This is Rhadebelihle, again, the Pleidian, who told me about this. The city is 260 billion light years old. Okay, very interesting. Now, with my experience, I know that there are different planetary systems within this Earth, right? Different planetary system, and it happens most of the time that each and every planet has different planets within. Like in my planet, there's one main planet, but in it there are different planets as well. Okay, it happens. It's natural, and it has like different dimensions as well. Every planet has a third dimensional world. It's just totally different. It has like your 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D. It's just an experience. You having to overcome those challenges, right? It happens all the time. Within this Earth, we do have cities up in the sky. I've talked about this before. And although I wasn't supposed to mention the city, but I did, right? But I'm not going to repeat it here again. But I've spoken about the city. This was not very shocking to me when it came through Rhadebelihle. But their cities, they have because in this planet alone we have nine realms. Okay, in this planet alone we have 9 realms. And outside of this dome, we have other domes of planetary systems, right? We have inner terrestrial world, which is the underworld. We have different planetary system, okay? But let alone in this world, we have 9 realms. And obviously this Kinkamura planet could be existing in one of those realms. But it is able to be shown up in the sky because There are cities that are up there, which some of you guys can be able to see physically if you are vibrating high enough. You can be able to pinpoint and see the cities and be able to even see beings. The beings that are actually using objects up in the sky, where do you think are coming from? They're not from this planet, right? Or they're not from this plane, but they're able to interact with this plane and make sure that they become guardians of this planet at some point. It's more like saying that the atomic bombs will never explode. I'm telling you, it will never, because these beings that are there are always making sure that they guide it to the point that whenever they try to explode these atomic bombs, it will never happen. Trust me, it will never. And the people that have or claim, because from what I know, there's no atomic bombs in this world. They're just lying. You get what I'm saying? But I know that a lot of people won't believe me. You'll say that I'm lying, okay? Because that's what they want. However, and this light experience of this atomic structure, they don't exist at all. They're just using it as a power to threaten countries. It's not real at all. Okay? They will never allow them to make these atomic bombs from the first place. Even though they become successful, let's say that they do have, they will never, the guides, the beings that are there, they will never allow them to explode ever again. They will never. You get what I'm saying? They will never do that. So these beings do live in this plane, but in high dimensions in the cities. And when you guys pay much attention into it, the cities most of the time are most visible. That is why you have to see, like, most of the time there's like many clouds, because these clouds are trying to hide any activities that are happening there. These beings are here. All of these beings are here. They've always been here. That's the thing. They have always been here. Trust me. They're living amongst you. They're living amongst you all the time, shape-shifting right in front of you all the time. They've always been here. The reason why now they're getting to be more exposed is because of the frequency of this planet that is assisted with the photon energies, the atomic structures that is connected to all people in this world. But it is foreign to you because you have forgotten about it completely. You have forgotten about it completely, right? It is foreign to you. It is evil to you. It is negative to you. Some of these beings are your great ancestors, and they'll never be able to show themselves to you because you're too afraid. You've forgotten everything. When you still have a chance to remember, enter a meditative state and try to bring all that information that is within you, everything that I'm saying that's inside of you, you're too scared to do that. It's evil, it's negative. I'm following Christ Jesus, oh Lord. That's what's happening. And you expect your ancestors, your great-grand ancestors, to come to you. That will never happen. You'll only be connected to the ancestors you know that lived here. But those that have never lived here, that are very grand and outside of this dome, they'll never express themselves to you because you'll never understand anything. But they'll always have a way to show you downloads on all this information that you've been receiving, because that's the only thing they can actually have. But they're there protecting you, you know, making sure that nothing really bad happens to you until you fulfill your purpose. To those that are strictly chosen to anything that is identical to you having to awaken people in the mass collective. All of these flying objects, they're not flying from this planet. These flying objects are from the sky. All those activities you're seeing there, they're not just actually flying objects or flying because they'd like to do that. They are working. It is a spiritual war. It's active. It's been active ever since. Only people now are realizing that the spiritual war has been happening for the longest of time. For the longest of time. It's been happening and it will never stop until planet Earth is completely free. And again, this is all just a game. This is all just a game. And you know, I forgot to mention that when I was communicating with Rhadebelihle, telling me about the Kinkamura, you know where it happened. Now, do you see Thor, the movie Thor, right? There's usually this breach between Earth and the universe that is guarded by the Watcher, right? The Watcher, Idris Elba, when he's standing there with this, yes. That's where I got this information from when I was talking to Lizardelle the second time around. And like, it was really, that was a great experience because it usually makes you wonder, how do these people who are playing these movies know about this information? And the main idea of it is to make sure that you guys don't entirely think it's real. It's just entertainment. Because they use program to overthrow your mind, not to focus on what's really happening or what the message is being conveyed in that movie that they're actually playing. Actually, they're taking you guys for fools, for people that are stupid. Which in some case it happens like that if you're gonna be a person who looks at a movie just to think that it's just an entertainment. They give you all the truth that's right there, but what they want you to do is never believe in it like that, and even try to take that download and use it to your own advantage and do something out of it. Same reason why someone right now might be typing that, oh, so you're referencing movies. That's what they want you to be like, to dismiss anybody who is able to be very genius enough to take all of these scenes and give it to you and tell you that they are real. And this is what it actually carries for you to understand what's yet to come. That's what they want. So I couldn't miss to say this, that breach is actually real. You can literally like take yourself in an energetic field and be in as higher dimensions and use that very same bridge which I used to be on the other side. All the time. You can take yourself physically into these planes, but only if your Merkaba is spinning good enough. You can do that. Vanish out of thin air. Alright. I'm playing so much in this energetic fields because something is coming, and not to make people uncomfortable to be scared of anything. You shouldn't be scared, but everybody should be prepared. You know, everybody should be prepared and live your purpose and let me live my purpose. You know, live your purpose and fulfill what you have to, and you will know how powerful you are. Because that's what, listen, a lot of you guys that are here, the reason why you're here is to master these things and remember it all again. Like I told you, it's not going to be easy. If I were to tell you how old I am, you wouldn't actually even believe me. But I will never say that, right? Some of you guys are able to like interact with this information in the Akashic records and find out everything about yourself. And the only thing it takes for you to do that is meditation, daily meditation. I meditate. Listen, it's my nature. I meditate a lot. I meditate a lot like crazy. I can meditate 5 times a day, but most of the time my meditation is from 12 midnight. I can meditate hours and meditate like crazy. You can do it as well, but just that you are very lazy, and because of the food that you're consuming and anything that's actually becoming so heavy in your stomach, it'll make you not be able to be in this light body experience, right? Now, the last thing I want to say, Elon Musk will die between 2031, 2033. Now, I didn't want to come out here and say and talk about this because I could this information could be wrong about Elon Musk. But I'm interested to find out because for the first time, this was not me having to go back in time or in the future to look into it. But it is something that I was told that it will happen. And there was a lot of information from it. And I choose not to speak about it yet because I still need to find out every detail of it. Why is it that it'll come to this? I might not actually even come back with the information because I don't know. I'm just totally uncomfortable with that. But Elon Musk will die between 2031, 2033. And there was an experience that I saw when that happened because it was more like the soul or his consciousness will be taken and be placed elsewhere. It's not going to be something that it will be like dead for real. But there's a wisdom behind it, that when it happens, it's something that is actually prepared for himself, that if it happens that he dies, he'll be still living as a consciousness. And this is going to be something that will be exposed. Everybody will see it. People will know about it. And perhaps it's going to be something related to a technology that people now will be starting to interact with it, because I read it somewhere that Elon Musk is now putting chip in people's brain. And one thing I'll tell you is, yes, technology is bound to it is bound to improve, all the time. But the way he's doing things now is totally against the whole nature, right? Because it shouldn't be like that at all. Like, people should learn how to control things with their mind. It should be a training. But now people are getting to be subject to this chip, and the worst will come from it. It will destroy the whole entire planet. I saw this. I saw the whole entire planet being destroyed because of this technology. And the people that will be remaining in it will be the ones that have like being subjected to this technology, who took it to say that I want to be one in part with it. But by then, people who are vibrating high, they will disappear and escape this plane and be in the new earth, which I've always told you about, the fifth dimensional world. Because the fourth dimensional world, it is a mental state which you are able to taste of it whenever you dream. Just in the first layer, because there's also other layers of each and every dimension. It's not just one layer, right? The taste of it, you guys, when you dream, you enter this fourth dimension in a mental state. In the first layer, there's other degrees. It's a mental state, but the fifth dimensional world, it is physical. That's where a lot of you guys will be existing in it by the time all the mess that happens in this world. But I'll tell you one thing, this planet again will go back to its original state. This has to happen because it's part of everything that's been written, how it should actually take place. Thank you very much. I wish you receive this message well. Make your own study. Make sure that you enter in a meditative state. Don't forget to meditate. Don't forget to sun gaze. Don't forget to do yoga. Don't forget to keep up with the detoxing of your body, and don't forget to keep up with the healthy diet. This is very important. Love and cosmic light.